Did you know that the 1800s were a golden age of music, producing some of the greatest musicians the world has ever seen? Today, we're going on a journey through time to uncover the legends who changed the face of music forever. And trust me, you'll want to stay till the end to discover the name of the final musician, whose mastery was almost supernatural. Ready to explore? Let's begin. Our journey starts with a name you've surely heard, Ludwig van Beethoven, who lived from 1770 to 1827. More than just a composer, Beethoven was a force of nature. Despite losing his hearing at just 28, he went on to write some of the most powerful music in history. Imagine this, by the time he composed his legendary Ninth Symphony, he was completely deaf. Yet his masterpiece, Ode to Joy, remains a testament to human resilience and genius. Can you fathom creating such iconic music without hearing a single note? Moving from Beethoven's triumphs, we enter the world of Frédéric Chopin, who lived from 1810 to 1849, often called the poet of the piano. Chopin lived for intimate performances, preferring the cozy salons of Paris over grand concert halls. Despite his dislike for public performances, his nocturnes and mazurkas became symbols of romanticism, full of delicate emotion and intricate melodies. Imagine captivating entire nations with music meant for small gatherings. And then, there's Franz Liszt, who lived from 1811 to 1886, the original rock star of the 19th century. Imagine this. Women would swoon, toss handkerchiefs, even jewelry, onto the stage during his performances. Liszt's piano recitals were legendary, and with good reason. He often played with such intensity that he would break the strings of the piano. His Hungarian rhapsodies are just as electrifying as his life, full of dramatic flair and passion. But while Liszt captured hearts, Johannes Brahms, born in 1833 and passing in 1897, captured perfection. Brahms was a notorious perfectionist, so much so that he destroyed many of his early works because they didn't meet his incredibly high standards. His compositions, like the Hungarian dances, perfectly blended folk tradition with classical structure. And, if that wasn't interesting enough, his complicated relationship with Clara Schumann, musical muse, confidant, and perhaps something more, adds a layer of mystery that historians still debate. Speaking of drama, let's not forget Giuseppe Verdi, who lived from 1813 to 1901, Italy's opera maestro. Imagine this. Verdi was once rejected from the Milan Conservatory, but he didn't let that stop him. Instead, he went on to compose operas that shaped the entire art form, such as Aida la Traviata and Rigoletto. His music became a symbol of Italy's unification, proving that art can indeed shape history. And shaping history is exactly what Richard Wagner, who lived from 1813 to 1883, did. Wagner didn't just compose operas, he reinvented them. His concept of total artwork, where music, drama, and visuals merged into one, was revolutionary. If you've ever heard The Powerful Ride of the Valkyries, you felt the power of Wagner's music. His operas were so monumental that some performances even required meal breaks between acts. While Wagner dominated the opera stage, Niccolò Paganini, born in 1782 and passing in 1840, was working magic on the violin. So otherworldly were his skills that rumors swirled about him making a pact with the devil. Paganini could play entire pieces on just one string, and his caprices are still considered some of the most difficult pieces for any violinist. His talent was so extraordinary that it felt supernatural. Could that be why people believed he had otherworldly help? On the other hand, we have Clara Schumann, who lived from 1819 to 1896, a woman who defied the norms of her time. While female musicians were often overlooked, Clara shattered expectations as one of Europe's top pianists. Starting her career at the age of 9, Clara wasn't just a performer, she was a composer in her own right while also championing the works of her husband, Robert Schumann, and close friend Johannes Brahms. She was truly ahead of her time. Our next stop takes us to France with Hector Berlioz, who lived from 1803 to 1869, a composer whose life was filled with passion, particularly his obsession with an actress named Harriet Smithson. His love for her inspired his Symphonie Fantastique, a musical journey through an artist's unrequited love and descent into madness. It's wild, dramatic, and completely captivating, a reflection of Berlioz's own passionate personality. Then there's Franz Schubert, a composer whose genius was tragically cut short. Dying at just 31, Schubert managed to compose over 600 songs, along with symphonies and chamber works. His unfinished symphony remains one of the greatest musical mysteries. Why did he leave it incomplete? Regardless, Schubert's work is timeless, and his melodies continue to touch hearts today. From the heart of Bohemia, we find Antonin Dvorak, whose love for folk music shines through his compositions. While in America, Dvorak composed his New World Symphony, which became one of the most beloved symphonies ever written. His ability to blend the spirit of his Czech homeland with the sounds of America made him a true global composer. Finally, we arrive at Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky, whose music has been the soundtrack of countless ballets. Think of the magic in Swan Lake, the charm of the Nutcracker, and the beauty of Sleeping Beauty. Tchaikovsky, despite his personal battles and struggles, composed some of the most emotionally powerful music ever written. His Sixth Symphony, the Pathétique, captures the heights of joy and the depths of despair like no other piece can. And there you have it, a journey through the lives of some of the greatest musicians the world has ever known. From Beethoven's Defiance of Fate to Tchaikovsky's emotional masterpieces, each of these legends has left an indelible mark on history. If you want to hear how their music sounded, please see the links in the description and enjoy the music of these legends. Which of these stories surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories from history.